Granite Whispers, the enigmatic Georgia Guidestones. Nestled among the rolling hills of Elberton, Georgia, stood a monument shrouded in mystery. The Georgia Guidestones, often referred to as America's Stonehenge, were erected in 1980, their origins unknown. A man using the pseudonym R.C. Christian commissioned their construction. He claimed to represent a group that had been planning the monument for 20 years. The Guidestones quickly became a magnet for curiosity seekers and conspiracy theorists alike. The monument itself was a granite behemoth. It featured 4 granite slabs, each inscribed with a 10-part message in 8 different languages. These languages included English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian. The messages touched upon a variety of themes. These included population control, environmentalism, spirituality, and international governance. The Guidestones' enigmatic nature was only amplified by their remote location. They stood on a rural farm miles from any major city. This isolation, coupled with the cryptic messages, fueled speculation about their true purpose. Some saw them as a harmless eccentricity, others believed they held a more sinister significance. The Guidestones' mysterious allure only grew with time. They became a popular tourist destination, drawing visitors from around the world. However, their presence also sparked controversy. Some locals viewed them as a monument to paganism or even Satanism. Others found their messages, particularly those related to population control, deeply unsettling. Deciphering the code, a blueprint for humanity? The inscriptions on the Georgia Guidestones presented a curious mix of seemingly utopian ideals and more ominous pronouncements. One guideline called for maintaining humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. This message, in particular, raised eyebrows and fueled fears of a hidden agenda. Another guideline urged humanity to guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. This message was interpreted by some as promoting eugenics. It further fueled suspicions about the group behind the monument. Were they advocating for a world where only the fittest were allowed to reproduce? Despite the controversial nature of some guidelines, others promoted seemingly noble goals. One called for uniting humanity with a new living language. Another emphasized the importance of truth, beauty, love, and seeking balance with the infinite. These more positive messages did little to quell the unease surrounding the Guidestones. The ambiguity of the messages was perhaps their most striking feature. They offered no concrete solutions or detailed plans. Instead, they presented a series of broad statements open to interpretation. This ambiguity only served to deepen the mystery surrounding the Guidestones and their creators. Were they intended as a warning, a guide, or something else entirely? Conspiracy cornerstone, the Guidestones, and the New World Order. The Georgia Guidestones quickly became a touchstone for conspiracy theorists, particularly those fixated on the idea of a New World Order. This shadowy cabal, they believed, sought to establish a totalitarian one-world government and enslave humanity. The Guidestones, with their cryptic messages and unknown origins, fit neatly into this narrative. Right-wing radio host and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones was a vocal proponent of the Guidestones conspiracy. He claimed they were proof of a globalist plot to depopulate the planet. Mark Dice, another prominent conspiracy theorist, echoed these sentiments. He argued that the Guidestones' messages revealed a sinister agenda to control every aspect of human life. The Guidestones also attracted attention from far-right extremist groups. They saw the monument as a symbol of the globalist forces they believed were eroding traditional values and national sovereignty. The Guidestones' emphasis on global unity and a reduced world population only strengthened their convictions. The Guidestones became a lightning rod for a range of anxieties and grievances. They tapped into fears about overpopulation, environmental collapse, and the erosion of national identity. The monument's destruction in 2022 did little to quell these anxieties. If anything, it only served to further fuel speculation and mistrust. After the dust-settled destruction, speculation, and lasting intrigue. In July 2022, an explosion rocked the quiet countryside surrounding the Georgia Guidestones. The blast significantly damaged one of the granite slabs and left the monument structurally unsound. Authorities, citing safety concerns, made the decision to demolish the remaining structure. The identity of the perpetrators and their motives remain unknown. However, the bombing sparked a wave of speculation. Some suspected the involvement of extremist groups who had long called for the Guidestones' destruction. Others wondered if the bombing was an act of protest against the monument's message of population control. The destruction of the Guidestones did little to diminish their hold on the public imagination. If anything, it only served to amplify their mystique. The monument's physical presence may be gone, but the questions it raised and the anxieties it embodied remain. The Georgia Guidestones, despite their enigmatic nature and controversial messages, served as a curious artifact of 20th-century anxieties. They reflected fears about overpopulation, environmental collapse, and the potential for global tyranny. Their destruction, while tragic, has done little to erase their impact on the cultural landscape. The Guidestones may be gone, but their story, it seems, is far from over.